Okay, welcome back for part 2. Let's just have a look in this video what we're going to do. The solution must also identify trends and patterns over time for new and used cars. Also, trends and patterns over time for different salespeople. The solution must be secure. So, what am I going to do here? I'm going to allow the user to enter new and used cars. So I need from them, which one do they want? They have to type in a number, and I'll say number 1 is new, number 2 is used, or number 3 is both. I'll give them the option of both. Why not? Give them the option of both. I'm also going to take in the date from them. So the start date and the end date, so I can slice off parts of my data frame. So let's have a look. What would it look like? What would it look like? October, September, let's get rid of that. So let's say we wanted from September the 1st to the 10th. I'd select those, and then you give the option to the user whether they wanted new and used cars. They just want to look at new. It will provide that. I could print that out for them. I could print out a sum of them. But that is trends and patterns over time. I could look, I could potentially put this in a graph, for example, and show them what happens, whether revenue increases. I can give you the sum or the average, for example, of each month. I can do a couple of group by things. The list is endless. I can do all sorts of stuff. Just select all these back there. There we go. So how do we actually put this into practice? Well, the trick is taking it step by step and building upon some success before you go too far and get yourself confused. Now, I'm going to be jumping around this code, and the beauty of YouTube is that you can play, pause, go back, rewind, fast forward, etc. So let's take it nice and easy. And I'll do my best to not jump around the code as much, but I do get carried away sometimes. Just saying. So here at the top, I'm just going to adapt the menu. So menu being adapted, we're going to say number 2. I literally cannot type. I've lost the ability to do so. Sorry about that. So there we are. New and used vehicles, trends and patterns. That is now number 2. So the user types in number 2. The choice gets put in. We try to see if it's a number. If it's not, do that. If it is, wonderful. Break out the loop and return the choice. Where do we return it to? Or wherever main menu is called. Now, a trick that I show my students, if you highlight the function and press Ctrl and F in Visual Studio Code, you can see there's 2 instances where it was called. If I click Next Match, it jumps to where it was called. Perfect. I'm now at the bottom of my code. You can see down here, if main menu choice 1, do this. However, my menu choice now has been adapted to 2. Wonderful. So remember what we're trying to do. We need to take the trend. Oh, no, we don't. Let's have a think here. What do we actually want to do? We need to get the information from the user about which one do they want. We need to then convert that into a string. After that, we need to get the date range, and then we need to analyze it. So, what does that mean? provide a submenu. That'll be my first go-to. Provide a submenu. Convert submenu choice into a number. Oh, into a string. The string for us will be whether it's new, whether it's used, or whether it's both. Get the dates from the user, start and end. And then do the probably most difficult bit. Analyze the trends. Okay? So providing a submenu. Scroll up for me. And you can see here, this is what a main menu looks like. And this is what a submenu looks like. It's exactly the same as the main menu. Exactly the same. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel because I've got 4 hours to do this. So I'll copy and paste this total menu and I'll change that for trends underscore patterns underscore menu. Why have I done underscores? Well, that's because that's what's already been provided and I want to keep the same structure as they've done all the way through. This is called snake case and I'm going to continue that convention all the way through my code. While flag true, while flag total sales, it's not total sales anymore, people. No, no, no. It is now trends and for new and used cars. Then we've got some options. Now we need 3 options in here. 1, 2, and 3. The first one is going to be new car sales. Second one, you guessed it, it's going to be used car sales. Number 3, it's going to be both car sales. User enters the option number, it checks if it's an integer, blah, 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 it sends it back, wonderful. Now, because it sends it back, I need this name here. This is the function, and I need to call the function, so I'm going to move down the code all the way to the bottom, and here where it says provide my submenu, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, when you put in the function call like this, this function returns a value. So you need to store that returned value inside a cheeky little variable, if you spell it right. So let's call it trends menu choice, and that gets trends patterns menu in there. Now, what I need to do next is convert the submenu choice into a string. So the user will type in 1, 2, or 3. I need to change that 1, 2, or 3 into new, used, or both. And again, I'm pretty sure they did that. Yeah, look, convert total menu choice. I'm going to steal this and I'm going to put it here. Now what I'm going to do is not convert total menu choice. It's convert trends choice. They spelled choice wrong. That was silly of them, wasn't it? I'll spell it right though. Convert trends choice. And what I need to provide is not total menu choice, but trends menu choice. So let's fix this first. We'll fix the code down here first, and then we'll go back and make sure we called it properly, because that is quite difficult for students to get their head around. So let's go. trends menu choice. So if the menu choice is 1, we said that was a new car. Okay. Elif trends menu choice is equal to 2. Then I've put total choice there. Let's change that to car type so we don't get confused. This one, car type equals used. And then this bottom one, car type, remember this was both. Now we're not returning total choice this time, we're returning car type. That'll send back the string new, the string used, or the string both. And that'll go back to the function call right at the bottom. So here is where my function call needs to happen. The problem is, this thing here, to call this properly, I've just copied that and I'm going to paste it in. Okay? Now take a breather for a second, because this can get quite confusing now. Right? You've called convert trends choice. You've passed in the number that the user typed in this menu here. So trends menu choice, where you type in 1, 2, or 3, the string number 1, 2, or 3 gets sent in. That gets converted to new, used, or both, and then we can start doing something with it. Now when this comes back, it's sending back the car type. So if you want them security marks, this is the way to do it. Using parameter passing and storing it in local variables is the best type of security we can get. So let's do that. Now, I need to collect from the user the start date and the end dates. Again, I'm going to use a little function to do this. And it's going to be further up because we've not, I don't think they used any, let's just have a quick look. Did they use any dates at all? No. Okay, no, they didn't. So we are in uncharted territories at the moment. Oh, scary times. Right, let's just put it after that. So I'm going to make a new function. Get date range, bracket, colon, tab in automatically. So 2 variables. Let's do start underscore date, and we're going to have some data in there. We're going to ask the user to input enter the start date. And what format do we want them to enter in? The same please as the CSV file, which I'm pretty sure, that's right, yep. It's day, month, and 4 years in there. Okay, oh, dearie me, just jumped about for a second. Okay, I'm back. Start date's fine. Copied the same thing. We need one for the end date. Import enter end date, day, month, year, years. And that's it, people. We'll validate this later on because we will check the range to see if it exists in the CSV file. There's no need to check it right now because it will get caught later on. Don't worry, I've not forgotten to validate. So let's send back 2 things, start date and end date. Where we're sending them back to, you guessed it, right at the bottom of our code. We're going to put this in here, get dates. So let's put start underscore date, comma, end underscore date. So because it sends back 2 parameters, start date and end date, I have 2 variables waiting for it. And I'll put get date range, bracket. So it asks the user and then does this. Okay. Now, just before we do anything else, let's just test these three things in our terminal. Let's just see if it works. Okay, good start. The menu has a number 2 on it. That's good. Trends and patterns, please. Jumps to choice accepted. Jumps to my second menu. New, used, both. So let's go for number 2. Used car sales. Choice accepted. Excellent. So it's done this one. Car type. And it's now on this one. Start date. So let's put in there the 1st of the 9th, 2024. And this one is the 20th of the 9th, 2024. Press enter. And that's it. It's done. There we go. Yeah, done. Okay, didn't get any errors. I assume all the variables have been tucked up quite nicely. So we need to get stuck in now to analysing the trends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in df.pd.read.csv. Oh my goodness. Just fix this. It's being silly. Now when it goes blue, it's obviously detecting that I literally cannot spell for toffee tonight. Right. df equals pd.readcsv. Right. Pandas has a function called readcsv. Now you can see the CSV file is up here. It's in the same folder that I'm working in. So it's right next to the Python file, which means I don't need any file directory slashes, etc., because that can get quite confusing in your exam also. So data.csv is its name. Task 4, yeah, it's got to be spelled exactly in there. And then it's time to do some analysis here. Okay. So analyze some trends. Right. Now then, we think specifically about what we want to do here. We've already been given examples in the first video of how they've selected individual cars, how they have used lock in there to get access to columns, how they use the sum function. They have also done date and car model sorting, some of that, etc., etc. So just above get total data, I'm going to put in here my own function called analyze trends. Okay. Now, in order for me to get those high security marks, I'm going to say pass in a fresh data frame. I'm also going to need the car type, which was new, used, or both. I need the start date, which I created before, and I need the end date, which I also got before from the user. Okay. So at the bottom, if I just copy the function itself, at the bottom where it says analyze trends, I'm just going to paste it in. I'm just going to paste it in. And you notice how none of these have any problems. And that's because this choice here is used in convert trends choice. I've got car type, that gets used in there. Start date, end date, they get used in there. DF, that gets used in there. So it has no problem whatsoever because I've passed all those things in. So go back up to line 108 now, where I've got analyze trends, and I'm going to start my analysis. And the first thing to do is make sure, before we go any further, make sure the dates are inside the spreadsheet. They provided us dates, let's make sure they're correct. Let's not go any further. So I will create a new data frame. And I'm going to say filter by date range. Okay, I want to slice off all the erroneous dates that I don't need and get rid of them. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to need to pass in the main data frame you've given it. I need the start date provided, and I need the end date. And you might think, John, where are you going with this, mate? Where are you going with this? Well, it's my belief that you shouldn't clog up a function with lots of individual calculations. You should try and keep everything modular, or as modular as possible. So filter underscore by underscore date underscore range. It's been passed 3 different things. So I'll copy them, I'll put them up there. And then I'll go right, colon, done. I've obviously forgot def because I'm being a bit silly. Right, there we go. Now I'm going to say df, go to the date column inside your data frame, go to the date column, and pd.to underscore date time. Now what this does is it goes into here, takes the date column and converts it into a date time. Now I'm going to make sure that df date, so that column again, df date, make sure that column is in the format single braces, right? So percentage symbol D is a day, day, slash percentage symbol lowercase m, so lowercase m, very important this, by the way, slash percentage symbol y. Okay, capital Y will get you access to 4, so that's year, and year. And that's what I asked for on line 104, 105. I asked for that specific date, and that's making sure that it is in that format. Now, I'm going to create something called a mask here, and this is going to basically give me my condition. You'll see what I mean. So let's go for this. Date business. So there's date. And is that greater than or equal to the start date? So go through line by line, work out which one is greater than, and brackets df square brackets date. It'll be much easier for me to explain once it's written out anyway. End date, done. Okay? Oh my goodness. There we go. Right, so look at what mask is doing. Mask is saying if your date is greater than the start date and the date is less than the end date, show me. Mask is a variable that I will now apply to the data frame. So return the data frame that you've provided for me, use the .lock and give it the mask. Okay? So what does that actually do? Now the user has specified a specific range. I will apply the mask. Let's say we had a user that said, oh, I want all the dates from the 1st to the 14th. I would go, right, first, is it greater than? Is that greater than the first? Is that greater than the first? Greater than? Yeah, greater than, greater than, greater than, greater than, and less than or equal to the 14th. So is that less than or equal to the 14th? No. So it doesn't apply it, and it slices them off, and it returns this data frame here. Just the numbers, just the dates that I require. That's it. Now all of that faffing about returns the data frame back here. So now I know this data frame here on line 114 just has the dates that I require. And if you wanted to, you could print that out and have a look for yourself if you really wanted to. Pretty sure this would work. Run it. I want number 2. I want new car sales. Start date is the 1st of the 9th, 2024 to, did we say the 14th? 14th of the 9th, 2024. Off we go. Oh no! It broke. It's for an unrelated problem. Have I not imported it properly? What line number is it on? 177. Do a bit of live debugging. 177. pd.read CSV. pd.read CSV. pd.read. That's because I put a full stop. What an absolute plum. Honestly. Honestly. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Let's clear the terminal and try that again. And hopefully I will not be rudely interrupted this time. Here we go. Number 2. Number 1. The 1st of the 9th, 2024. In 14th of the 9th, 2024. Come on. Oh. What now? Okay. So let's have a look and try and break these down. It's a good learning lesson, this, by the way. Test as we go. So, have a quick scroll through. This, well, that's wrong. That's missing a square bracket. Okay, what line is that? 110. Let's try that. Square bracket. Square bracket. Right. Come on, you're embarrassing me now. Are we going to work this time? 3rd time's a charm. Number 2. Number 1. If you press the up key as well, you can view like previous terminal. Oh. Oh. There we go. 1st of the 9th. 14th of the 9th. So it does, it slices off the data frame. That's good. That's what we want, right? That's what we want. Now, all we have to do is begin the analysis. And we are pushing nearly 30 minutes, people. So, obviously, if you need to, take a break. I like to get this done in a wanna, as they say. Now, if the car type is not both, so if it's not typed in both, then we will say df, the data frame that's been filtered, df again, we're going to slice it up again, square brackets, df, square brackets, go to the new /used column. Now it's very important here that this matches exactly what's in our spreadsheet, new used. So sometimes it might be worth copying it, coming back, pasting that in to make sure that it is actually correct, because that can stump you. I've seen that happen before. So df new, if that matches car type, okay? So as long as it's not both, this will either be new or used, and it will output new and it will run that, or used and it will run that. So outside of the if statement, our next stage now is to get towards some kind of output, and I'm going to say group by date and sum up the value column. New data frame for this, and I know we've got loads of data frames floating around, but we are moving towards now the final goal. I'm going to use the group by function procedure of the data frame itself, group by, and I want to group everything by, group the dates together, spelled exactly the same way as the spreadsheet would, and I'm going to also use the value spelt the same way again, so it needs speech marks around it, value, and we're going to put full stop sum there. Okay, So group by date, get the value and sum it up for us so we know the revenue is for new cars at a specific date. After that, now we need to print the total sales per date. Use print statement, meaningful output. So for this, I'm going to use an F string because just undervalued, underrated. New line, sales trends for. Now, at this point, I'm going to use some single speech marks. I'm going to use a placeholder. It'll turn purple because that's what an F-string placeholder looks like. And I'm going to put in there car type. It will go blue because it is a variable. So for car type, so it's new, used, or both cars from the 2 dates specified. So that will be start date to end date. All I have to do now is output line by line the date and the value inside the grouped data frame. So have a look how we do this. I'm going to use a for loop. So for each date that I've got and each value that I've got inside the grouped data frame, full stop, items. Items will get you each row one by one. And now I need to print that out and see what I get. So F string again. I want to output the date, which will turn blue. And this is probably going to be a little bit tricky. So let's take this very slowly. I need to convert that date into a suitable string format. The hard bit is when you're using a CSV file, data frames in pandas, and later on graphs, matplotlib stuff, it becomes a little bit more tricky. So date, full stop, str, so string, format, the time, open brackets, speech marks, day, slash month slash capital Y for 4 year, and year. After that, you're going to have a colon, pound symbol. All monetary values should have a currency symbol and to be to 2 decimal points. I'll score you some nice marks with the examiner because he knows you're thinking about it. Okay, print that out. Run this. Let's just double check. It's doing what we want it to do. 2, 1, use cars, choice accepted. What's your start date first? What is your end date? And you've got sales trends for new cars from the 1st to the 14th. This is everything. I assume this is everything added up. I will check this after the video has ended, but I'm pretty certain that that looks pretty correct to me. So join me in the next video where we will put this, try to put this in a graph format. Okay, I'll break it up because it's been quite long. Get yourself a brew, coffee, water, whatever floats your boat, and come and join me for the next one.